Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Doctor Who because I guess we were really wrong. We owe Radio Times and all the Doctor Who fans a massive, huge apology for saying that the ratings for Doctor Who were lower than they've ever been. And I feel horrible misleading.
Well, I think they're lower than they've ever been, but yeah.
All of you, I mean, because we're clearly just a bunch of alt-right liars. No, actually, the ratings have dropped for the iPlayer.
Yeah, they're not good.
They're not good. It's pretty much what
I don't think it's the worst they've ever been.
No,
but they're
pretty
not
bad.
great.
They're pretty bad. So we're going to talk about this because this is not what they were hoping for. Yes, the +7 TV plus 4 screen, however the hell they figured out the iPlayer. Yeah, they're actually significantly lower than they were during Jodie Whittaker's era. And now the next goalpost that will get moved is Disney Plus numbers. The Disney Plus numbers are great, guys. That's where all the Gen Z viewers are hiding. That's where all the fans are hiding. It's like, no, this show's dead. It's dead, guys. We're going to talk about it. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. You get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Yeah, so remember, just yesterday we did a video talking about the iPlayer. And they were like, this is the Radio Times. They were like, well, at Christmas time, the Church on Ruby Road got 10 million. And the numbers are going to be huge. They're going to be
and that
huge,
was just the
everybody.
That 10 million was the iPlayer numbers?
The 10 million, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be just. I have no doubt they'll be big.
They'll be big. They'll be massive.
They're not Radio Times.
They're not. And they did a follow-up today, and they don't look real happy here. But yeah, according to Doctor Who TV, the overnight viewership was, well, for the first episode, 2.6, and then the +7, 4.01 million.
Now, the +7, does that have the 2.6 rolled into it?
Yeah, I think this is, well, I'm going to compare, I'm going to show you how these numbers compare to Jodie Whittaker's era and Capaldi's era, and it's not good. This is the 2024 ratings. Okay, so let's go out to the 2023 ratings. These are the specials, right? So we had overnight 5.08, 7.61. Christmas was huge. Yeah, so they're probably combining these together.
Okay, so it doesn't include that.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to know.
Right, but let's compare this to Jodie Whittaker.
Oh yeah.
Significantly higher. Mm-hmm. Her numbers are significantly higher.
Even like the ones later, like the specials.
Yeah, this is
higher.
This is Flux, isn't it? I think this is the let's see, when was this? Yeah, this is her last season she did.
Wow. And they wrote something how bad it was then.
Yeah. Yeah, the show almost got canceled. The show almost got canceled. As I understand it, the show almost got canceled. And yeah, Series 13 figures were really healthy. The show almost got canceled because the numbers were so bad. And the only reason that they're doing a couple more seasons is because Disney stepped in and ponied up some money. And these numbers are significantly lower than Jodie Whittaker's. And
that's not good.
I mean, there's no way to defend this, guys. Now the goalpost is
they're going to say, well, Disney Plus.
Yeah, they're going to say Disney Plus. They're going to say, well, numbers aren't the only way to measure success. You know, critics have loved it.
Good? Did it make you feel good inside?
Did it make you feel good inside?
Did it make you feel like a princess? Well, then that's a success. When?
Yeah, because I'm seeing all the stories now. Very few stories talking about the numbers today, even though these have been, revealed. Because everybody was banking on these +7
well, that's
numbers,
bad. Right? I mean, you compare these to that, and it's not good.
So,
and they're dropping.
They're dropping
on the +7 too.
Yeah, I think the next one's gonna be lower than that. Now, people actually said episode 3 was significantly better, but we're gonna see it's probably gonna decline throughout the 8-episode season. 8 episode seasons. That's funny. Why don't we just do a 2-episode season while we're at it? And yeah, it's just the damage is done. You told people not to watch the show. And remember, Disney Plus isn't going to be massive anyway. It's just the U.S. as I understand it. It's, in the U.K.
Well, I think the ones in places don't have
Yeah, they don't have BBC or whatever. Because it used to be BBC America ran Doctor Who. I don't even know. Is BBC America still around? I don't know.
No idea.
But before that, I think it was Sci-Fi.
The Sci-Fi did have it, I think, yes.
Sci-Fi had it. And then BBC America did it. And I remember BBC America, they actually ran at the same time that it would have been run in the UK, adjusted for that. So they were running at 7 or 8 o'clock at night here in the US. And it was huge. I mean, Doctor Who was huge. It's not now. Here's the latest spin. This is today. We now have a clearer picture of the ratings for Doctor Who's launch episodes, with the audience figures for the first weekend of season 14 being released. According to Barb, okay, 4.01 million tuned in for Space Babies and 3.91 million for The Devil's Cord. These figures included those who watched on the iPlayer from the show's release Saturday to the end of
It did
summer.
include that.
Yeah. They do not include viewers who tuned in from Monday onwards.
Okay, so that includes that. And then the other number is the ones that were, the second number was the other days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Viewing figures for programs on broadcast channels are considered 7-day viewing figures, like et cetera, et cetera. Season 14 is the first to debut every episode early at midnight. So they're going to make excuses. It's the first to debut every episode early at midnight on BBC's iPlayer, with episodes then airing on BBC One later
Okay, so
the
they're
same
already
day.
trying to so they're trying to send their audience over there by putting it on the iPlayer so you can get it early.
Yes.
And even then it wasn't great.
Even that wasn't great. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Like, okay, they went and they touched grass. Well, what about the days that wasn't as nice? What about when they're done touching grass and they come home? They don't want to touch Ncuti. They don't want to touch Doctor Who. While the move was met with backlash, Russell T Davies defended the decision.
He defends a lot of decisions. Look, I think a lot of the problem is they're like, oh, it's because of racism. I don't think so. I think it's because you're already going in there, like you're singing Gremlins before, and then you're going to have like this whole musical dance numbers, and then they had they would not go back and change the timeless children.
That
I think the timeless
biggest
children thing is your biggest problem.
Because you basically doubled that, because people were hopeful when Russell T Davies was coming back and he was bringing David Tennant. It's like, oh, now is the time to fix it. You can bring him back and you've got an opportunity, and he can fix this idiotic retcon and fix Doctor Who again, right? Because he's the one that brought it back at first. No, he's just doubling down on it. And he's like, yeah, plus we're going to make it a musical and we're going to have a drag show. There you go. And if you don't like it, you're a bigot.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I think the timeless children and the way they're behaving towards fans.
Yes.
And basically, we don't want you. We want these new fans. And I think that behavior, I think, has led to people just like, okay, fine then. And I think they just got untrained to watch it because they didn't like the last version. Yeah. And they just, okay, I can move on.
Yeah. This is Cosmic Book News put this up. Woke Doctor Who. Ncuti Gatwa loses another 400,000 viewers, worst ratings of all time. Yeah, they're pretty bad. I mean, everybody was complaining about how bad Jodie Whittaker's were. His is worse. Disney and Samba TV have been silent about the ratings, and the episodes are not expected to make the Nielsen charts, which means that they haven't even made a dent.
Yeah, well, Samba and Disney are quite. Now, Samba, usually they do the first 5 days, and we're not hearing anything, but they might take a little bit of time to get it out. But I think by now you at least hear for episode 1 and 2.
That's what he's saying. Now, this is speculation, but they said that, yeah, it's also assumed Doctor Who is a huge fail on Disney Plus, as Disney hasn't made an official announcement.
That's what I said, because Disney always, if it's a hit, they put a press release out immediately.
They always do.
Let's watch whatever for whatever of the whatever, and trust me, bro. And then later on, Samba TV puts it out, what the numbers were for the first, like they usually do 5 days.
Yeah, and they have a graphic for it, and they have and
they still might. Usually they take a little bit. They take a little bit of time before they put it out. So it's still possible they might do that here at some point, because we're only talking a couple weeks. So they will. I'd probably put it out eventually, but I don't think they have it yet.
Yeah, it's over, guys. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is, again, the specials weren't that great for David Tennant, but they were okay. And then to turn around and, to actually do worse than Jodie Whittaker, and the show almost got canceled. I don't know what to say. I would be very, very, very surprised if Doctor Who continued past the 2 years that Disney agreed to bankroll. Mm-hmm. I would be very surprised.
I'd be asking questions and saying, hey, maybe we need some changes. But that's just me.
Maybe you need to, yeah, right. Just hit the reset button. Let's go back to Doctor 1. And
that's what they called this. They're like Series 1.
No.
So I'm like, they're never going to learn. They just will not learn this lesson. I don't know how much they have to lose.
Everything. You have to lose everything. And honestly, at this point,
what did it cost you?
Everything. We're going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Please subscribe. For more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.